Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019 with the Rude Man, and I'm taking off right where we left off, except for it was nighttime. It is now 7 o'clock in the morning, well, 7:20, and we're going to grab Scorp here and get him back to the field and get to work. I need money, money, money. I debated whether to buy the farm or not right now. I have enough money to buy it, but if I did, after sleeping, I lost money because I've got a lot of leased equipment and stuff, including the land that I'm farming. If I bought it now at having $550,000, I would still only have $80,000 left. Yeah, that's might be enough to work with. The reason I was debating buying it now is because I'm over anxious to buy it. I really want it, and I can't wait. It's like Christmas. Can't wait. But the reason I thought I could do it was because I still have crops coming off, which will give me the money to buy the seed and fertilizer and that kind of stuff. And I would probably be okay. And if I wasn't, I could always borrow money from the bank. I'm just leery about doing it, though, because everything I have is leased. I don't own anything. So I already have a building to put all my equipment in if I needed to store equipment. I just kind of wanted to get on the farm and get used to it. So I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking about it. I don't know what to do. Right, let's park this for a minute and go get Andy. Well, let's get Dar to move the combine first. And then we'll get Andy and have him grab our corn. It's a little bit foggy. It's usually foggy in the morning. Doesn't look too bad today, though. Alright, let's grab our corn and run. Not run very fast, but we can run. Wow, we got a long ways to go, a short time to get there. Well, this certainly takes a lot longer than the Rude Man way of playing, but I don't know. It even though I get overly anxious, it's gratifying to do all the work myself, I guess. So we'll just kick back and leisurely farm. How's that? All right, Andy, let's go sell this stuff. I put in a mod that's called Sleep Anywhere, but the mod description doesn't tell you anything about how to trigger it. So I don't know how to trigger it. Normally you walk up to your farmhouse and you hit the R button and it pulls up a sleep timer thing. You choose how long you want to sleep and Bob's your uncle. So I have no idea what trigger key it is that lets you sleep. And I even went into the options, the key bind options, and couldn't find a key for sleep anywhere. So I don't even know if it works at all. I've got another way to do it. I have a mod in here that lets me speed time up to 2000, and I can just use that anywhere and sleep. So I don't know, we'll find out. I think Scorpion was using this. I sent him a message in Discord, and we'll see if he gets it. I don't know if he's actually using it or not. There's several different mods out there about sleep. One of them is sleep anytime. Right now, you can only sleep at night. You know, if I tried to sleep right now in the daytime, it wouldn't let me. It'll say, you're not tired. Well, what if I want to take a nap? You hear that train horn? There's a tunnel underneath us that the train runs through. Isn't that weird? Who's riding with Andy? John is. Never mind. It was John sitting next to me. That's funny. When I switched to John, the tractor's still driving. Does John take over? Now, see, if I go ahead and buy the farmland, I won't have any money to do anything with the farm. I mean, I've got chickens and sheep on that particular farm, but I don't have any money to buy any. And then I wouldn't have any money to feed them. So I'd kind of be just fooling myself, I guess, if I buy it before I have the money to operate it. I'm trying to talk myself out of not jumping the gun and buying the farm. Helper H has a full grain tank. Well, that would be Dar. So she's waiting for us to get back already. So I tell you what, I could speed this up. We've got workers that are sitting here riding along that I could put to work. Maybe I'll lease another combine and start, one of those other 2 fields that I've leased. And then I'm just going to have to try to keep up with taking the crops off. And he's going to be busy, in other words. But he can handle it. As long as I can keep him away from the keg, he'll be fine. So let's do that, because this is going to take forever. First off, let's jump out of here. Let me jump to John. Yeah, I'll jump to John and get out of here. That'll leave Dar in that, or Andy in that. And then, what is on this? Soybeans, I believe, on this field. Soybeans ready to harvest. Okay, so let's get another combine. Okay. I don't know if it makes any difference what I get. Really. I don't have that one, do I? I don't remember putting a mod in here. I didn't think I had a mod. Well, let's lease this and see what it does. 7,800. Well, it doesn't. 7,800, that's all? Really? Hang on. Which one am I using here? Really? Okay, I must be using this one. It doesn't show that we've got one, except for right there. See? So this must be the one we have, and it holds 18. So I don't want to do that. What's this one hold? 11. What's that one hold? 17. 14. 14. 14. Okay. I guess I'm going to lease another one that, like I have, it's holding the most. So let's do that. And we need to lease it. Let's see. I'm going to put global on it. Leave the rest of it. And lease it. I'm not using the global, but I want to at least have it. Okay, and then we need to lease a header. All right, back to headers. What were we leasing? I don't know what we're leasing. Weird. Well, let's go to the garage and see. What am I leasing? Oh, I've got a corn header. I don't have another header. Okay. All right, okay. Let's go back to headers. Silly me. All right, so we've got 7 meters, a 12 meter, or a 5 meter. Let's go with the 12 meter, I guess. Okay. Let's lease that. All right, let's go get it. There's the... oh boy, it's going to take forever. Hang on, I got to put some speed boots on so I can get over there in time while the day's still light. Okay. Let's cut her down. And off we go. I don't like these as well because they don't have wheels, and I don't like using trailers. Oh, man. Take a shortcut. He doesn't have crops on. Uh-oh, what did I hit? Did I hit that tree? Stupid traffic. I'm going to be taking signs out, I can tell. County's going to hate me. What are you doing? See, they have to make them breakaway, though. Legally in America, like let's say your mailbox out in front of your house. You live out in the country, and your mailbox. Where am I going? And your mailbox keeps getting knocked down by these nasty little high school kids. And so you say, well, I'll fix them. I'm going to dig a hole. I'm going to get a steel pole and put my mailbox on the steel pole. And then I'm going to cement it in the ground. Okay, that's illegal. And it's stupid. Reason being, if somebody hits that with their car, like let's say some mother and child is driving through the country and a deer or something, a dog, let's say a farm dog, jumps out in front of them, and the mom gets panicked and swerves to miss it and hits the mailbox. It's solid steel in cement, and she gets killed in the car accident. Guess who's going to get sued up the yang? The person that did that put that mailbox down. So you have to make sure that it's made out of some kind of wood or something that will break when it gets impacted by an automobile or something. And if you look at it that way, it makes perfect good sense, that's what you should do. I know a lot of people that have done just that, though, and they don't know any better. And just just pray to heaven they don't ever have somebody get killed running into their mailbox. Okay, so I need to point something out. If you look down in the left-hand corner at the mini-map, you're going to see it looks different. That's the precision mod, the precision farming mod. I'm not using it right now, but I do have it turned on. And I probably won't be using it until I'm done leasing the fields and stuff. So, well, at least till I get my own farm. I don't know. I haven't decided yet because I don't have the equipment to do it. It's kind of costly to do. I don't have the equipment. I'm trying to get, I'm trying to cut corners so that I can buy my own farm and buy my own equipment, stuff like that. So I'm actually not using it at the moment. We will probably start using it soon if I can get enough money to buy my own fields and my own farm. I actually don't have to buy the fields. I can still lease them. But I want to have my own farm so that I've got a little bit of money put ahead before I do that. Okay, Dar, or it's Surge now. When did Surge start driving the combine? I thought Dar was. Is Dar still in there? Who's in there with Surge? John? Andy? There's Dar. Dar should be running it. That's who I had running it before. Well, she's supposed to be teaching him, so we'll see what happens. We'll see how that goes. All right, good old Andy. Gonna pick up our crops here. Okay, how's the soybeans coming? I'm so not used to these combines being so slow. This just doesn't seem like the rude man way. But that's okay. I'm having fun. All right, Scorpion, get to work. You've sat around long enough. So I'm looking at the precision farming, like I said, and I was right in a previous episode. I mentioned that it does similar things to it's soil management is what it is. Now, It's a little bit more sophisticated than it was back in 2015 when we had soil management, which was a mod that somebody created. It's a lot more simplistic, a lot more easy to use, and in actuality, you can play it as complicated as you want. If you want to get really seriously complicated with it, you can do so. You can play it simplistically, though, and that's probably how I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to get into the details until I start actually using it. But at that time, I'll show you what I mean between playing it a little more complicated and playing it simplistically. In other words, there's more you can do with the mod if you want to. But there's a way to use it that's perfectly fine, and it's very easy to do. So that's what I'm going to do, because that's the Rootman way. I still probably won't get into seasons, because season sucks as far as I'm concerned. I'll tell you what I don't like about seasons. You don't have, I mean, it's just, well, depending on how you play, supposedly there are certain times of the year you would plant certain crops. In reality, that's probably the case, because there are some crops that aren't going to grow at certain times of the year in certain climates. There's some crops probably won't grow at all in certain climates. So seasons is important, but in real life, but it's too hard to control in this game. I mean, I tried to use seasons one time, and the season changed before I could even plant the damn crops. So it just was too frustrating for me. And I know you can adjust to seasons. It still was too frustrating to use. I'm a simple guy. I'm also very lazy. And that's not true. I mean, I'm not lazy. I am, but I'm not. And you say, what the hell does that mean? You can't be lazy and not lazy at the same time. Well, yes, you can. I'm what they call heretically lazy. And what that means is, if I have to do something, I'm going to give it 110, 120%. But if I don't have to do it, I probably won't. So, how's that work in real life? How does that actually work? I'm at work. I get paid by somebody to do a job. I'm going to get there early and I'm going to stay late. I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to do the best job I can do. I'm going to do everything somebody wants me to do and more. I've done that my whole career. That's how I move up from the bottom of the rung up to management so fast. And I'm not lazy. I'm a hard worker. Now, I get home. It's the weekend. The wife wants me to mow the lawn. I'll look at it and say, well, it could grow a little bit more, and I'll put it off till tomorrow. That's what I'm talking about. And if I don't have to do something, I probably won't do it. Or I'll put it off till tomorrow. That's one of my mottos, by the way. Never do today what you can put off till tomorrow. All right, so it looks like we've got... Oh, shoot, I should have started that combine again. Let's get Scorpion lined up here, and then we'll move over to the combine. Get Dar back to work. Looks like the other combine is finally... Oh, don't do that. Do that. Yeah, see, I still have to boss them around. or they'll do something I don't want them to do. Okay, let's get Andy here. And Andy's got to dump the corn before he can pick up the soybeans. So it's off to market we go. Andy's going to be a busy boy. There is one thing I could probably do, but I don't have my mod in. I might put that other mod that I like to use that is a grain trailer, and it's got dual trailers, so I could put corn in one trailer and soybeans in the other. But I don't have it in right now. I don't know. Let me see what I've got trailers. See, I'd have to get a truck. Yeah, see, I've got the trailers, but I don't know if I can double, if I can double these. I might put my mod in and then just make it so that it doesn't hold, so that it holds a real amount, a more realistic amount. I've got them now holding 100,000. So maybe I'll drop that down and put the mod in. But then I could do 2 crops and not have too much of a problem. The only thing is I'd have to buy a truck to do it, but that's okay. Actually, I could probably get 2 trailers to pull with this tractor. How about grain trailers? Nah, let's not worry about it right now. We'll worry about it later. Episode's too short. Man, this traffic's buzzing. I've been pretty lucky. I haven't hit too many cars. I've come close. I pulled out in front of a few. You can hear them honking. So I mentioned in the last episode, or previous episode anyway, that I've had some commenters saying I should be using case equipment and stuff. I like case equipment. In the area that I grew up in, we used more case. It was international at the time. Than we did anything else. We didn't do a lot of John Deere in our area. We used Massey Ferguson's at Case International. Again, it was international at the time, International Harvester. But we used a lot of Massey stuff because we had orchards, not just grain, and animals as well. And the Masseys were low profile that we bought. They were really good tractors, but they weren't real large, and they would easily drive through orchards without knocking you off, get running into the trees and stuff. So when we first started doing fruit, the trees were regular trees, regular cherry trees, apples, pears, apricots, nectarines. You used the nectarines in the apricots because if you don't know what a nectarine is, it's like a cross between an apricot and a peach, kind of. Very good fruit, very good. What we would do is every so often in an apricot field orchard, we would plant a nectarine, and or we would graft a couple of limbs from a nectarine into a apricot tree. And you did that for pollination. So God, I almost drove across my field. That would have been a disaster. And when we first started years ago, we had regular, normal sized regular trees. Now, if you let a cherry tree or an apple tree or any other tree go and don't prune it, don't trim it in any way, they get to be 30 feet tall. I mean, they grow very tall. Well, imagine that you're a fruit picker and you come to an orchard and the damn cherry trees and fruit trees are 30 foot tall. Well, you've got a 20-foot ladder that you're trying to reach into these trees to pick. And you're having to lug around a 20-foot ladder, and you have to move it 1,000,000 times to get the tree completely picked. It's a hell of a job. It's a hell of a job. And you know, you didn't necessarily, the farmer didn't necessarily get the best yields because the trees are too damn big, and it's too much work to trim and prune and you know, to regulate, you know, how much fruit's going to grow on a tree, spraying, all that kind of stuff. I mean, geez, you go through with a sprayer and the trees are so tall the spray doesn't get up high enough. I mean, there's many, many, many things that could happen in an orchard. So we went through at one point, some scientist or some, what do they call those guys that work in plants and stuff? I can't remember. The scientist that does that came up with miniature trees. So they bred fruit trees that would only grow like 10 or 12 feet in height and still produce a crap load of fruit. And so everybody tore the big trees out and put these little shorter trees in. Now a fruit picker could come in, and believe it or not, these trees had about as much fruit as the big ones ever had. If you have to tend to them during the year so that the crops are good. By pruning and fertilizing and doing everything you can to make sure that the crops are going to be good. But anyway, so now you only needed like a 10-foot ladder or maybe a 12, a lot lighter ladder, and you only had to set it once or twice in the tree because the tree was so small. And so you could set your ladder once and get a whole half of this tree, go around to the other side and set your ladder in the right place and get the rest of the tree, and off you are to the next tree. So these Massey Fergusons that we used were very small. They were short, low to the ground, beautiful tractors. We used them to collect the fruit and stuff, and to spray and to do all that kind of stuff because they would easily go between the trees in the orchard. But we didn't have John Deeres. We didn't use them that much. I forgot to look to see. Is this our first load of soybeans? Let's see what kind of prices we're going to get with soybeans. Okay, 36,000. That's pretty good. Now, what you need to know is that wasn't a full load. That was not a full trailer. That was just a full combine. So we're getting a little bit more price for the soybeans than we are for corn. Now, in the area that I live in, they've pulled most of the fruit out because they can't compete with South America and other places that grow fruit. And everybody went into grapes, and everybody's got a winery now. There's millions of wineries all over the country where the fruit trees used to be. Everybody got uppity. You know, they don't walk around in overalls now. They walk around in chinos and dress shirts with gold necklaces and big diamond rings, and we're having a wine tasting today at our winery. Everybody got uppity. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but look how much of the crop is gone already. So we're not getting the yield that we're getting on the corns. It's all relative, right? So even though the price might be a little bit better, the yields aren't as good. So it all equals out. Everybody's always asking, what's the best crop to do? Well, it depends. You'd have to figure it out, really. Because you can't compare it by look. The canola's getting this price, and the soybeans is getting that price. So canola's better, right? Well, no. Canola's pretty dense. You don't get very much of a yield. So even though the price might be more, you might be getting less per load. You have to do the science. Ugh, trick mirrors. All right, Dar's hot to get back on the... There she goes. Well, we're getting close to 600,000. And Scorpion's not getting any work done because I'm not getting... I need to get that other trailer so I can... See, if I had that double trailer, I could move from this field to that one and just put one crop in one trailer, one crop in another. And as they say, Bob's your uncle. Unless Bob's your aunt. And then that's your family's problem, not mine. Hey, I checked the farm out. There is a, it's got its own repair shop. It had two shops. I need to go look at that, see what one of them is. I'm thinking of, but well, not quite there yet. Gosh, I wanted about 700,000 at least before I bought the farm, and I'm still not at 6. And then if I have to spend the night again, there goes, 80,000. So I'll be right back where I'm at now. Hard to get ahead in the farming game. All right, looks like, I don't know who Farmer E is. It's at 80%. That's probably John or who's ever in the soybean combine. I don't think Dark get 80% that quick. Okay, so we got 36 for the soybeans, 18,000, and we got 14. So yeah, soybeans is doing good. Now the price of corn's probably coming down because I'm saturating the market on it. I can't help it. That's the way of life. Whoa, what the hell, lady? Why'd she slam the brakes on? I hope I didn't take that guy's cornfield out. I know what you're thinking. How'd you know it was a lady? I don't. It just slipped. Do I think women are worse drivers than men? No, I think all drivers are bad. Especially nowadays, with all the texting and the rapping in the car. And God, pickup went by last night. I had the house buttoned up and I could still hear his rap blaring. And this house is so... Well, I think the kitchen window was open. This house is very well insulated. And there's a school next to us, across the street from us. And normally, the school buses, the honking, the screaming, you don't hear a thing as long as my house is closed. If I have a window open, you might hear some noise. But I think the kitchen window was open. And man, this guy drove by and jeez. They must be stone deaf sitting in there listening to that stuff. All right, where's the crop? I went too far. All right, I don't know. Where's my crops? I went far enough, you put it away. There we go. We're almost ready to break 600,000. You know what I might do is finish these fields off and finish that field over there off after the episode, so that when we come back, maybe I'll have enough money to buy the property. Look, I got a drone playing, just like the real farmers do. I'm going to have to check and see what we've got for the sheep. If this is normal map, well, I'll just have to see. Let me see. I'll go to the animals. We don't have any. You have no pens or animals yet. Okay, I was hoping to see if it would tell me what they eat. If it's normal, they only eat grass and water. Well, they don't eat water, they drink water, but they only take grass or water. Now, some of the mods, some of the maps, the sheep will eat humans, you know, cats, dogs, stray humans. So, if this map is a normal map, then the sheep only need water and grass. Then I could buy sheep and get them working. Because I can cut the grass. Well, maybe I'll have to find a grass field, but the sheep have a grass field. I go out there and cut their own grass because they won't eat it. They're too damn lazy. You got to cut it and feed it to them. Yeah, it's going to be a while. Okay, we busted 600,000. It's going to be a while before we buy animals, I think. So All right. Well, we broke 600,000. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode here. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you in the next one. But I think what I'll do is finish those 2 fields. The cornfield's all but done. The soybean field hasn't got too much. And then there's that other little bitty field that's going to be a whipping, and let me get that done and see if I've got enough to maybe jump into that farm in the next episode. So anyway, I will catch you next time. Ta-ta for now.